I am all soybeans this year. There's multiple reasons to why, and we're going to go into every one of them in this video. Now, this isn't advice. Don't follow it to a T. Every area of the country is different. Every operation is different. But this is why I made this decision and why I think it's going to work for me. These are those non-GMOs. There's a couple cockleburs left, but not many. I think we got most of them. So my operation is roughly 2,000 acres spread up and down the northeast side of Missouri. Reason number one for going all soybeans is the cost of borrowed money. During COVID, money was basically free. But right now, money's expensive to borrow for the year. Soybeans are just a lot cheaper to grow, especially if you didn't have any nitrogen locked in, and I didn't. And I wasn't gonna buy whatever it was, $1,000, $1,200 anhydrous in the spring. Reason number two is logistics. My operation's spread out almost 100 miles north to south. Just moving that amount of grain. Last year we had great corn and it drug into the mid of December, and that was miserable. So soybeans harvest goes a lot faster. There's less bushels to move. I knew I would be getting engaged, probably planning a wedding this summer, which we are. And Grace and I have livestock now in Kentucky. So I just wanted a little bit less hectic year and not a lot of corn to have to move. Reason number three, I work with some mentors, I guess you'd say, and some people whose opinions I really value. I'm in that group, Empire Ag, I talk about from time to time, and then some other people I get advice from in Illinois. And we looked at stuff for 2 weeks straight, all my numbers, corn, beans, milo, what are we gonna do? Beans was the only thing that I could damn near guarantee a guaranteed profit. Now, could we crank out another year of 200 plus bushel corn and make good money? Maybe. But we've had 3 good corn years in a row, and where I'm at, it's a lot easier to grow decent beans than it is decent corn. On average, I'd say you stand a better chance of growing good beans than you do good corn. Now, every year's different, but you don't know going in what's gonna happen. I didn't wanna roll the dice and risk a whole bunch of borrowed money again on a crop that could lose money. These non-GMO beans, I could, since they're high protein, I can lock that premium in on my insurance policy. So that extra $2 or $2.70 or $2.50 or whatever it may be on my contracts, I can put that on my crop insurance policy and guarantee more revenue if we were to have a crop disaster. It was getting hot in that field. What are we on? Reason number four. Reason number four, last year I was corn heavy. I only had 300 and some acres of full season beans. So I was due to be bean heavy anyways, but I just went ahead and bit the bullet and went all beans to simplify stuff. Missouri is not normally an I state. You can look at the letter it starts with. It's never started with an I. The I states can crank out good corn. Missouri, we can have good corn, but it's not a guarantee. A lot of farmers I rode with when I was a kid, they're 2 years beans, 1 year corn rotation. The guy that I bought the 2188 from, Richard, I really think he's a great farmer. I value and watch what he does. Him and his son-in-law are 100% beans. They used to be corn, or they used to be milo and beans, but now they're just beans. And what he does is he sprays a cover crop every fall, and he no-tills his soybeans. And that creates enough residue that he doesn't have erosion issues. Going bean on bean on bean, it gets a bad rap because you think the farmer's lazy and there's gonna be a bunch of erosion. But if you manage it correctly and you think about what you're doing, it can work. And if you get some rain in August, it can really work good. So for those reasons, that's why I went all soybeans this year. Next year, I don't know if I'll go back to 50-50 rotation or if I'll do what Richard does and spread a bunch of cover crop on every acre and go all beans again. Because if I hyper focus on beans and I don't have to worry about the logistics of moving a corn planter, moving a corn head and switching back and forth and wasting a bunch of time, if I hyper focus on beans, I feel like the numbers are gonna decide everything, and I'll decide that after the first of the year. But I could go all beans again and be happy with that decision. Well, I mean, maybe I'll go corn heavy. Maybe I'll be 2/3 corn next year since I was so bean heavy this year. We'll just wait and see. But you gotta crunch your numbers. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at the most. You don't do anything on a whim. You have to have a reason for what you're doing, lock that reason down, and then stick with it and focus on that plan. That's where your profitability is gonna come from. Don't just throw wild guesses or do what you're doing because the neighbor does it without figuring out if it's gonna work for you also. If you got any other questions, ask in the comments. I feel like I took that video about 6 different directions, so let me know what you want to know more about.